Let's start with this quote from our master. I was reading this Medical Observer by Samuel Hahnemann, and he writes this one there. No portrait painter was ever so careless as to pay no attention to the marked peculiarities in the features of the person he wishes to make a likeness of, or to consider it sufficient to make any sort of a pair of round holes below the forehead by the way of eyes, between them to draw a long shaped things directed downwards, always of the same shape, by way of a nose, and beneath this to put a slit going across the face that should stand for mouth of his or any other person. No painter, I say, ever went about delineating human faces in such a rude and slovenly manner. No naturalist ever went to work in this fashion in describing any natural production. Such was never the way in which zoologist, botanist, or mineralogist acted. That how from that in order to create a portrait, that just a few peculiars or three things here or there, how that you need a complete portrait. So today what we will do is we'll try to be little wise. Let's understand Arnika. Arnika, which is an archetype of this group, yeah, whole, it represent the esterales, yeah. Till now, they had put it into a Helianthea because these are the blood purifier group of remedies. They had put all those together, yeah, which makes sense. And being an influenza remedy, being an anti-inflammatory remedy, yeah. So that's not an whether you put in Helianthea or there's a name which APG4 give Mediae. Let's understand this remedy. So Mediae is a tribe of flowering plants in the sunflower family, sometimes considered to be sub-tribe of Helianthea. So it's part of Helianthea. There are two remedies, Arnica montana and Arnica mollis. Arnica mollis is also called soft arnica, or it's also called arnica from the South America side. Now, first, arnica is the type and archetype remedy of the whole Asteraceae. Naturally, injury, right? Now, Kant wrote, it's a wonderful remedy, a misunderstood remedy, a misused remedy because it is almost limited to bruises or injury. Then I wanted to understand, since arnica is our actually like bryonia, bread and butter, from where it came into picture of this injury. Where this hurt started in arnica. The name Arnich is mentioned for the first time by Matthiolus in the 14th century. Arnich may have come from the French, meaning protect oneself, forearm oneself, prepare oneself in advance. Yeah, put this word. Let's go further. Where just the comment called Arnica by Medici, the first appear in 1625 in a version of the herbal book by Caspar Bauhin. In his book, reference was made to the modern conventional medicine use of the plant. It is used for those who have fallen down properly, those who have fallen down or have hurt themselves while at work. Further, the common name of Arnica montana is called mountain tobacco, mountain snuff. Arnica is also known by the name mountain tobacco, and confusingly, it is also called leopard's bane and wolf's bane. Now, you know, these are the common name of which remedy? Aconite. How can a common name is similar to aconite, which is a, full of a remedy with a blood circulation and a mountain tobacco? So put this into your mind. The generations of Swiss mountain guides chewed arnica leaves to prevent fatigue induced by climbing. So A, it's a mountain tobacco. B, like aconite. C, it prevents fatigue induced by climbing. This is all in nature. We go further. Arnica grows on high up on alpine meadows, nearly 3,000 meters, that's 9,800 feet around. So again, like coca, high mountain remedy. Traditional use of this plant are similar to those of willow bark. Willow bark is that from where the aspirin, the painkiller remedy, came into picture, which generally being employed for analgesic and anti-inflammatory purpose. Further, growing naturally on a places where climbing accident and a fall can occur, arnica has proved effective for circulatory problems, exhaustion, and injuries from mountaineering, especially in extreme altitude. So it's not just day-to-day injury, it is high altitude. It is, the name itself is mountain tobacco, and the use. Let's go further. The chemical inside called heleniline, which is anti-inflammatory and anti-neoplastic activity. Now it's important to understand neoplastic activity. Also, it's a remedy for Plasmodium falciparum. This is all at modern medicine research level. Now let's go to materia medica. And is it so that what we are reading here, now open, if you have your Phatak, Boric and all, just open and see how much we get fooled by just injury. But if you read drug at a whole level, you will see exactly what is running. First, fear of being struck or touched, we know. Feel well in a serious cases. Now this feel well in a serious cases is also mentioned by Boger, Boric, every one of them. Let's go further. Complaints when over hurried. Aggravation of injuries, yes. After labor, overexertion, sprain. Now amelioration, which is mentioned by all the books. Lying down and lying with head low or outstretched. Head low when you need the blood to flow there, and outstretch. Imagine walk all the way up on the mountain. Let's go further. Boric writes, it acts best in plethoric. Now you know from where the aconite, which is also a remedy for plethoric people, comes into picture, the common name, where you have feebly in debilitated with improvised blood, cardiac dropsy and dyspnea. A muscular tonic, limbs and body ache as if beaten, joint as if sprained, bed feels too hard. Those who walk on mountains or high, they will feel this way. Boger writes, which generally don't write many mental symptoms. Boger writes, feel well in dangerous cases. Vermeulen writes, the school of hard knocks, the arnica correspond to people who push themselves too hard and work themselves to death. They want to be indispensable and throw themselves into great heroic activity where they are certain to receive the maximum number of blows, the greatest amount of distress. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Look, all speaks about where you are pushing yourself to high activity with stamina on the mountain, and that's where the injury comes up. And in spite of that, he shows that he's well, even in the extreme condition. This is what we are seeing. Bark flower of Arnica mollis. It writes the other remedy: disconnection from higher self, from body during shock or trauma, especially the past trauma. And in fact, I want to tell you that Arnica, nowhere it is mentioned that it is the remedy for injury. Before, it is Arnica mollis which was used by the earlier people for injury, basic injury basically. Arnica helped to heal deep-seated shock or trauma, especially during accident or a violent experiences. This is Arnica mollis. When Arnica is used for such cases, the soul will often relive or re-experience the emotional trauma which accompanied the original experience. Yeah. So here I would say that in Arnica, yes, there is injury, but with hard enduring activity like mountain climbing, with stamina and endurance, like as you read in the Apocynaceae. The sports on mountain which require stamina, endurance, and need lot of physical and mental push. They push themselves to the limit, and that's where the injuries happen. And the reaction is they feel well even in the extreme injuries, making their injuries, pain, and inflammation mask. They don't show. They are tough in the extreme situations of injury. You understanding it? Does it make sense? So this is where we need to understand Arnica. So here it is very, very important that you are talking about an injury, yeah, with mountain sports, or with which especially requires endurance and stamina, where you are pushing yourself, and in that push you get injured, but you mask because you want to finish it. Imagine an acute person would go shock and get this, but he just mask it. He doesn't show any injury. So here, what miasm you are looking for? It's just because if we look at the injury part at a mechanical level, then definitely it is an acute injury and mechanical injury. But when you look at the whole of Arnica, from where it comes, what it is, what chemical it has, and what symptom it has. Imagine that lying down with the head low and stretching this. Imagine that with a plethora of activity, pushing themselves. All this definitely speaks about those kind of sports injury, where especially mountain climbing in extreme situations. If I want to give at a whole level, and the miasm I would definitely think of as cancer miasm. Naturally, I had to think many times before I suggest this, because I know Arnica, we know like it's our bread and butter. So I really didn't want it to double one, because all master for almost 260 years are talking about it as a acute remedy. So I actually checked from modern medicine research, history, mythology, from a homeopathic symptom, word by word, physical general, physical particular, mental symptom. And then I said, no, it cannot be acute. Acute, yes, calendula for sure. So here I would suggest, yes, it's a cancer miasm remedy. What's the difference between Arnica montana and Arnica mollis? Arnica montana, yes, it's a recent injury. Now this is where we get confused. When it is recent, we call it acute. It's the recent injury at a physical level. a disease at a physical level, not the holistic picture. Arnica mollis, it's the past or the old trauma, like Bellis perennis. But Bellis, I explained it to you, it's a different group altogether. Where in mollis, it's heal deep-seated shock or a trauma which become locked into your body. Yeah. I would suggest for, yeah, cancer miasm. Arnica montana, yes, blood vessels is the center of action. Whether it's modern medicine research or homeopathy sphere of action, it's a blood vessel. That's where the inflammation, that's why we get carried away with the bleeding and inflammation and the ecchymosis there. Inflammation and cancer. Arnica mollis injuries. Any question, anyone?